Have you ever felt like you're not good enough? Like there's a crack in you that makes you less valuable than others? If so, I want to tell you a story that might just change your perspective. It's a story that has deeply touched me, and I hope it does the same for you. Once upon a time, in a small, quiet village, lived an old farmer. Every single day, he would walk a long path to a stream to fetch water for his home. He carried the water in 2 large pots, hung on either end of a pole he balanced across his shoulders. Now these 2 pots were quite different. One was perfect in every way. It was sturdy, smooth, and held every drop of water from the stream all the way back to the farmer's house. The other pot, however, had a long crack running down its side. By the time the farmer reached his home, this cracked pot would only be half full, having leaked water along the entire journey. This went on day after day for 2 long years. The perfect pot was incredibly proud of its accomplishments. It would often boast, "I fulfill my duty perfectly, without losing a single drop. I am the ideal pot." It looked upon the cracked pot with a sense of superiority, sometimes even pity. Meanwhile, the poor cracked pot was filled with shame. It felt like a failure. Every day it saw the water leaking out, and it could only deliver half its load. It felt miserable, believing it was worthless and a burden to the kind old farmer. The constant dripping was like a reminder of its imperfection, a sound of its own inadequacy. It would look at the puddle it left behind and feel a deep sense of guilt. One day, the cracked pot couldn't bear the shame any longer. As the farmer was filling it at the stream, it spoke to him in a sad, quiet voice. "I am so ashamed of myself," it whispered. "I want to apologize to you. This crack in my side causes me to leak water all the way back to your house. Because of my flaw, you do all this work, and you only get half the reward. I am not worthy." The farmer listened patiently, a gentle smile forming on his lips. He looked at the pot with kindness and said, "My dear pot, did you not notice something on our walk back today?" The pot was confused. What was there to notice besides its own failure? Whereas we returned, the farmer continued, "I want you to pay close attention to the beautiful flowers growing along the path." And so, on the journey back, the cracked pot did as it was told. For the first time, it lifted its gaze from the dripping water and looked at the side of the path. It was astonished. It saw a vibrant line of wildflowers, brilliant reds, sunny yellows, and deep purples, all basking in the afternoon sun. The sight was so beautiful it momentarily forgot its sadness. The bees were buzzing. The butterflies were dancing from petal to petal. It was a scene of pure, simple joy. But as they neared the house, the familiar feeling of shame returned, as it remembered that it had still leaked out half its water. It apologized again to the farmer for its failure. The farmer stopped, put the pole down, and turned to the cracked pot with a warm, knowing look. He said, "Did you notice that the flowers only grow on your side of the path? There are none on the other pot's side." The cracked pot looked over and saw that he was right. The path beside the perfect pot was just bare earth. The farmer explained, "That is because I have always known about your flaw. I knew you leaked, so I took advantage of it. I planted flower seeds on your side of the path, and every day as we walk back from the stream, you have been watering them. Without you being exactly the way you are, we would not have this beauty to grace our home and our village. Your flaw has brought so much life and color into the world." The cracked pot was stunned into silence. It had spent 2 years feeling worthless and ashamed of the very thing that was creating so much beauty. Its leak, its imperfection, was not a curse, but a unique gift. It wasn't a failure. It was a gardener. For the first time, the pot saw its own value, not in being perfect, but in being uniquely itself. A wave of relief and gratitude washed over it. It was not broken, it was essential. At that moment, the perfect pot, which had been listening to the whole conversation, felt a pang of a different kind of shame. It had been so arrogant, so proud of its own perfection, that it had completely missed the bigger picture. It had looked down on the cracked pot, judging it for its weakness, while all along, that weakness was creating something wonderful. The perfect pot realized its own flaw wasn't a crack, but arrogance. It had been so focused on not spilling a drop that it had contributed nothing more than its basic function. It rolled a little closer to the cracked pot and said quietly, "I am sorry. I was wrong to judge you. You are not just a water carrier. You are a life giver." The old farmer smiled at both of them, picked up the pole and said, "You see, Both of you are valuable to me, and both of you are necessary. I need your water, he said to the perfect pot, for my cooking and drinking. Your reliability is a great strength. Then he turned to the cracked pot. And I need your water for the garden. Your unique way of delivering it brings beauty to our lives. You don't compete with each other. You complement each other. Each of you has a purpose that the other cannot fulfill. This simple story holds such a profound lesson for all of us, doesn't it? How often do we look in the mirror and only see our cracks? We focus on our weaknesses, our mistakes, the things we think make us less than perfect. We compare ourselves to others who seem to have it all together, the perfect pots of the world, and we feel ashamed. But what if our cracks are where the light gets in? What if our supposed flaws are actually the source of our greatest strengths, our most unique gifts? Maybe your sensitivity, which you see as a weakness, allows you to connect with others on a deeply empathetic level. Maybe your messy, chaotic creative process, which you think is inefficient, is what allows you to come up with brilliant, out-of-the-box ideas. Maybe the struggles you've overcome have given you a strength and resilience you wouldn't have otherwise. The farmer didn't try to fix the cracked pot, didn't discard it. He found a purpose for its imperfection, saw its potential. This is the essence of self-acceptance. It's not about becoming flawless, it's about embracing who we are, cracks and all, and finding the beauty in our unique design. It's also a powerful reminder not to judge others. We so often see someone else's crack and are quick to label them as broken or less than, but we never know the whole story. We don't see the flowers they are watering along their path. Everyone is fighting a battle we know nothing about, and everyone has a unique purpose. The perfect pot learned this lesson that arrogance and judgment blind us to the beauty and value in others. So I invite you today to think about your own cracks. Instead of hiding them or feeling ashamed of them, ask yourself, what are they watering? What beauty are they creating in your life and the lives of others? Embrace your imperfections. They are not mistakes. They are the marks of a life lived, of challenges faced, and of a unique soul. You are not a broken vessel. You're a garden tender, a life giver, a masterpiece in progress. Both the perfect and the imperfect parts of you are valuable and necessary. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If this story resonated with you, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel for more content like this. And share in the comments what flowers your cracks might be watering. Let's celebrate our beautiful imperfections together. Till next time, be kind to yourself.